What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Joe Waters, a.k.a.
It's Tremonte, Dark Matter, and our man still ain't here.
Hey, yo, look. This is getting hurtful, man. Like, if you don't want to be here, man, just let us know, man. Like, we all here trying, man. We all here grinding, man. Trying to keep the brand, man. Like, what happened?
Yeah, man.
You can't just design the set and just disappear.
Yeah.
You supposed to be
Oh,
here.
he did design this thing.
Facts. Hey, yo, you know what I never noticed until like a couple episodes? He put the Stan Lee joint right there, bro.
Oh, he did.
He put the Stan. You got a little therapy juice right there on the set. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm clowning. I just wanted to show you his beard is real. My beard is real. Jonah's beard ain't real. Anyway, welcome to the Wave Report. It's your boy Joe Waters.
The Wave Report.
Young one Jonah will be here next week. I know nobody's
You
been
sure
asking.
he'll be here?
I don't know. I doubt it. He saw Hollywood on us. Y'all don't even know that he pulled up with a limo 2 episodes ago and just stood outside while we were recording. He said he was going to be in. He's like, yo, y'all start. I'm going to go ahead and smoke a cigarette and I'll be back in. And then we recorded the whole episode. And then he came in. He was like, oh, y'all did it already? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I'll just come back next week. He ain't show up next week. We ain't seen him since. He Hollywood. He Hollywood.
He is a little Hollywood. Hollywood.
It's weird. Like when you see people down and they broke, they got no money. They stripping and stuff like that, and then they just go on tour. Like you don't even see them no more. Like he got permanent dread implants. Mm-hmm. Like
it's crazy because I just did a verse for him. And he made me record it like 35 times till it got perfected. I thought it was good like the second time, but he kept making me re-record it.
He does that.
I don't know why.
I lose my confidence every time I record it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It lowers my self-esteem.
Facts.
We got a good episode for y'all today. Here at the Wave Report, man.
Facts.
Had a good episode.
Facts. Big young one.
I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Can a woman?
I like where this is going.
Can a woman, strong woman,
strong woman, come on now,
raise a child successfully when the father isn't around?
Left turn. All right. Can a woman successfully raise a child when the father is not there?
Yes.
No.
All right.
Let me explain.
Take the floor.
My mother, beautiful woman. Mm-hmm. I love my mother. I'm not a mama's boy, but I love my mother in every perspective that a woman should be loved by her son.
Okay.
I cherish and honor my mother, not on just Mother's Day, but in general.
Okay.
I am not sitting here today without male influences, both right and wrong, that help steer my path.
Talk about it.
I am not sitting here without Charlie Ammons, without Gerald Johnson, without Tony Parson. I'm not without Q Savage. I can name these people. Some of them were in my hood. I'm not sitting here without Dante Moore. I'm not sitting here without some of my people who, in the trenches, in both New York and Virginia, had my back. I'm not sitting here without them. I'm not sitting here without Wild Al Harris, craziest dude I've ever met in my life. I'm not sitting here without people in my hood, can't say their name because God rest their soul, who died in the trap and showed me certain moves that I wanted and probably didn't want to make. I'm not here without the wisdom of certain people who had to fall without following it themselves. I'm not here without the lessons that men had to go to jail for to show me that's not the move for me to make.
Okay.
My mother did everything she could to make sure I was fed, to make sure I was well taught, to make sure that I knew right from wrong, to make sure that I knew how to keep my eyes open. My mother set me up to be successful. The streets are different. The streets are motivated by experience.
Okay.
Everybody has to go through that. Whether it's going to school and getting bullied or whether it's going to school and getting bad grades just so you, I feel like I can't make it. I got to do better. How can I do better? Everybody is set up to succeed or be put into a position where you can make a choice. I'm going to either pass or I'm going to fail. My mother set me up to where I had all the tools. But my mother took me as far down that road that she can take me. Can a woman raise a man? I do not believe so. But it does take a strong or correction. It takes a influence to get you where you need to be. Now, some women are their kids' influence.
That's
My
right.
hard work, my mom's hard work, got me where I model things after my mother's hard work. But it took strong male figures in my life to get to where I'm at right now. I literally got arrested once, and somebody actually worked with juveniles. So somebody I would see at my mother's church who worked with juveniles, I didn't see them at the church. I saw them in the jail cell. That hit different.
That's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
I
sir.
see you every Sunday, or the Sundays that I go. But then now I see you on the other side of the wall. That hit different. The words hit different because now I became his number one target. Okay, I gotta save this kid. And I became, maybe I could listen to you. Now we could relate a little bit more. Everything my mom had been doing didn't stop me from being in the streets. But seeing that one minister on the other side of the jail cell was what that hit me. So a woman can raise a man. But I do think there's a point in the road that's as far as they could take them. And they need a man to get them across that finish line. I do believe that.
So I said successfully. What is the measure of success? Like, because some people would be like, well, as long as my mom had the standard low for me because of my environment. When you come from the hood, my mom just, as long as I don't go to prison,
right?
She was happy.
I was gonna say success. I'm sorry if you disagree. Success for me as a black man, not to have made it to a certain age, not being dead or not being in jail at that moment.
Yeah.
To celebrate a birthday without being in jail.
Yeah. That was my mom's standard for me. And I didn't know it was that low until like I grew up and I realized that I was probably one of the few people who didn't end up going to prison for the rest of my life or going to jail for an extended period of time, which cripples you in society when you get out.
Yeah.
Because you can't really, there's only so much you could do. I think a woman can raise a child, a man or a woman, successfully with the influences that you said.
Yeah.
Can she do it solely by herself without any male type of guidance at some point? Uncles, brothers, cousins, or something like that. That's hard to say because I don't know anybody who's grown up without having some type of male influence,
Sure.
good and bad. I had a stepdad. I have a stepdad now. My brother's in prison doing time. My stepbrother still reaches out to me. And I consider y'all brothers, to keep me afloat. My mom did an exceptional job. When I get my degree, that's her degree. She pretty much is the reason that I'm here. But when I was out doing my thing and she wasn't around, I had to have other people look after me.
Right.
And when you're a person who grows up in an impoverished environment, it's hard for you to go the right way all the time. You're going to be led the wrong way because everybody's doing the wrong thing, I would say, for the right reasons. And it may sound like a contradiction, but if there's no money, what do you expect a nigga to do?
Right.
People just like, just get a job. A lot of these niggas have like convictions. A lot of these niggas are felons. It's not as easy as it seems, especially if you're an outsider and you never really been inside that type of lifestyle. So you're going to get led the wrong way. And there's nothing a mom can really do about that. Right. All she could do is be the best example she can inside of the household. But once you leave outside that door, you're pretty much on your own. You can either choose to listen to your mom, listen to this nigga telling you you can make this amount of money today, or follow your own intuition, which may or may not always be right depending on the situation. Right. But it can be done. We here, so there's evidence that there's supporting evidence that it's possible. YJ too. Right. But I don't think it would begrudge anybody for us to say that we had heavy male influences that got us to this point as well.
I got to say something. I have a sister that I found out that I had as an adult. I'm not speaking nothing negative about our father. Mm-hmm. I've had some people would see it as a kind of a mispleasure, but I've had the pleasure of being able to grow with her via social media.
Okay.
So social media can be an addiction, but sometimes social media can be a growth tool.
Yeah, you're right.
I haven't been able. She lives in a different state. It's on me to get there. So I was saying that on camera. But she, from everything that I've seen and all conversations we've had, is a single mother.
Okay.
Her son, Jamari, is an exceptional young man. I look at him and I'm like, dang, I want to look him in his face one day and be like, yo, that's my nephew. But from afar, I do it because I haven't been able to get a chance to actually see him.
Correct.
But by seeing the impact that I've seen her make on him, and I see the honor and testament he gives to her daily, it literally makes me thinking, like, one, I really don't like to see a mom and son and then there be no father.
Okay.
But I no longer judge it because I have 100% faith that there are women who give their last for their kid. My sister, even though I do not know, Toya, I don't know your direct dynamic with Jamari. I don't know the direct dynamic with anything outside of that. But from everything that I've seen, you are an amazing mother. I can take that same picture and I can put that on maybe 7,500 women that they will give all of everything they have for their kid. It does not, the parent that wants to be there, and not the parent that's left there, the parent that wants to be there, that person is always the MVP. When Kevin Durant, when he did that speech and he said, yo, mom, you are really the real MVP, I felt that. My mother was that. I can feel the love that came from my mom. I needed somebody to steer me, right? Because we hard-headed at times. I can be real. But that love that parents give us, bro, that is an immediate success because, quite frankly, yes, we needed male influences to get us there, but our mothers trained us to be where we needed to be that we could receive it. They can only do so much, but mothers put us in that position to get us where we need to be. Now, flip that. There are some single fathers out here.
Whoa.
The single father?
Whoa.
Yo, because I got to flip it. The single father that does it by himself. Respect to you. Battle rapper, Rum Nitty. Respect to you, King. Takes care of 4 kids, just him. I respect all the fathers that have to do it by themselves and don't make excuses to get it done.
Okay.
So I have to make sure that I say that because there are some of you out here who put everything in, every ounce of energy into your kid, and I appreciate you for that. I have to do that, bro.
No, you gotta have a balance, baby. You gotta have a balance, and the single fathers are often forgotten in the realm of taking care of kids, which leads me and transitions into the next topic. You will hear a lot of the elders, our parents, our grandparents, talk down on the parenting of our generation. Has parenting really gotten worse, or have we had to battle with more due to technology and all the advents of social media and things that they didn't have to deal with on that scale?
I'm going to keep it a beam. Parenting is exactly what you make it to be. My mother believed that spanking and whooping was the best.
Yeah.
Because that's what she was taught.
That's right. My mom a top 5 in beating ass.
My mom is, quite frankly, you remember how like every Leonardo DiCaprio movie got like nominated for like a Oscar award?
Something.
My mom could have got it. Like if there was the Whoopies, if there was an award show called the Whoopies, my mom put on a performance and I thought I had tricks. I did the double pant trick. And then so my mom just knew the level. My mom was a grandmaster in knowing the level of how to get the most out of whatever she was whooping me with. If it was a belt, she knew the technique to get the most out of the whip. If she knew I was wearing extra clothes, I had this pair of not corduroys, overalls. I would never wear it until the days I knew I was getting a whooping because the pants were so thick. Yeah. Somebody from my church had bought it.
Of course.
And I only wore those on days I knew I was gonna get a whooping. I would sleep in them and everything. So my mom just upped the level of switch that she would use. I can't say what she used, but she would up the level of switch that it would. I felt it.
You got beat with an extension cord before? Oh my God.
Yeah, the extension. I was trying not to say it, but yes, I done been whooped with an extension. You change your life after you get whooped with an extension.
Yeah,
cord.
you damn right.
Extension cord, and if it's the other end of the extension cord where the piece is, boy, that's almost a slavery whooping right there.
Yeah, man.
That's almost. You remember 12 Years a Slave? You know when they was whooping Lupita. Boy, I felt that when I saw that scene. It had some flashbacks.
Yeah.
You know, trying to run and just it caught me in the back one time, and I still got the scar. But no, man, like for me and my son, my son is his situation is a little bit different, but I don't want to make him different. Chastising my son, my wife and I wanted to make it about communication.
Okay.
We want to communicate that you're wrong, and we want to punish you for being wrong, but we don't want to traumatize you for being wrong. I think the old school is to traumatize you from that.
Oh yeah.
If I traumatize you from this whooping, or if I make you fear this whoop, like if I do something that it's not gonna make you just cry, but I need you to fear what will happen the next time you get whooped.
Yeah.
My son, I think modern day parents find a better form of stripping. I'm not gonna make you feel bad. I'm gonna strip something from you though. Your privileges are gonna be stripped. Some kids, your tablet, your cell phone is gonna be stripped. Your room is gonna be your Xbox. Bring me your TV. I know a parent like that. It was like, bring me your Xbox right now.
Yeah.
Like, so taking away a privilege because we take so much value in it, I think has made it a little bit different than back in the day. Now, granted, some kids still need to get their butt whooped. Some of these little niggas still need to get a whooping. But the mentality of a lot of parents that I see now is, I'm going to correct by stripping.
Yeah.
My mom's correction was by stripping down so I can get a whooping.
That was my mom's correction. She would beat me in front of people.
Oh.
That's the worst. That's the embarrassment. The embarrassment alone.
Whooping in front of your friends is. I had a buddy. He got whooped in front of his. We were at the basketball court where I used to live.
Oh my God! You know everybody.
He was told, his mom told him to wash the dishes, and she got home. Now I ain't gonna front. I know we don't communicate no more, so I can say it. His mama was fine. So when Miss Jones came around, like, so she came to the basketball court, and everybody's just like, "What's about to happen?" Because we were just thinking she was just coming to just tell him he needed to do something. She came to the basketball court, and she said, "I need you to come here, son." So my boy came over to her, and she had the belt tucked. We ain't see the belt. The belt came out. It came out like, you remember Desperado where the gun came out the suitcase, or the guitar case came out just like that. And she proceeded to whoop him. Like, I'm talking a 14-year-old boy on the ground balling, just getting whooped. And yeah, we all remembered that. We clowned him for a long time on it. But yeah, the public whooping is legendary.
The worst thing ever. Top 5 embarrassment.
Facts.
Top 5 embarrassment.
The public whooping is crazy.
You know what I would say is the biggest difference between the older generation of parenting and our generation of parenting, and even in the generation coming up behind us, there's the entitlement has increased. So the people from under us, the children that I see coming up, they're very entitled, man.
Yeah.
We came up pre-technology boom. Technology existed. Like, you had the computers, the old computers and stuff, but pre-boom, the children now are coming up when Instagram, all this stuff is really popping. They're not outside as much. See, we were outside. We get up in the morning, 7 o'clock. I'm not coming back home ever. I'm not coming back home ever.
I didn't even go front. I couldn't wait to go out. I literally used to wake up on Saturdays and I'm like, okay, I would be the first kid outside.
Yeah.
And I would so my old, I've lived in a couple places, but a few of the neighborhoods I used to live in, it was a big circle. Or, in the projects, you have the gate, or you have the place where you come into the neighborhood,
Right.
and then everything else around that, you can do what you need to do. I was always the first kid outside. I was just waiting. I couldn't wait to get outside.
Yeah. I was outside every day. And then I would get threatened. You either gonna come in or you're gonna stay outside. I was like, well, damn, I guess I'm just gonna stay outside then. But I used to be outside early in the morning, and then see my curfew was the street lights. If I wasn't in I was one of them. If I wasn't in by the street lights, I might as well stay outside. It was bad, man.
Mine wasn't the street lights. It was just don't let it be dark. So that's why I actually hated. Like, I honestly hated the concept of daylight savings. I still do, and it's just a resentment. It's because during the school year, why I gotta be in the house at 5:00, bro?
Yeah.
But I hated daylight. I still to this day hate daylight savings.
Yeah.
Only because of being a kid and you get deprived of a whole. It goes back an hour, but it feels like it gets dark maybe 2 hours ahead. So yeah, I always hated that.
Yeah, and I do agree that, because my wife echoes this a lot. The parents, when it comes to like their child's education now, the parents kind of let the child dictate the household. We wouldn't dare try to do that. And I don't know where that came from, because we didn't really grow up like that. Not us minority folks.
Yeah, no.
We didn't really grow up like that. So I don't know where that derived from.
We speaking solely about black houses. Let's be clear here. For some of our listeners of different ethnicities, maybe can't understand. Maybe you can.
Maybe you can. Some of y'all.
We speaking from a perspective from a black household. You know what it is? What I see a lot is parents being trusting of the limited so parents had full understanding of the environment back then.
Okay.
Parents have to be trusting of the limited understanding of the environment now. So when I say that, limited understanding is whatever is popping, parents are not on. So you have to be able to have a limited understanding of how Snapchat works. You have to have a limited understanding of how Instagram works. You have to have some form of an understanding about how social media works. I remember, this is going to make me sound so old, instant messaging. My mother did not trust it because she didn't know, stay away from the pedophiles. You don't know if they're pedophiles. So most parents took that same approach. Those parents from back in those days still have that same approach about social media now. They won't do a lot. Facebook is probably easier because Facebook is so streamed to be for the simple.
Yeah.
It's so simplistically streamed.
Right.
But Instagram, especially Snapchat, if you got to know how to work that thing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of kids found out how to. I don't have to. Like, Snapchat is the new go outside.
Yeah.
Because you could, like, for me, I wanted to play football with my homies like every day. And then if there was girls around, we wanted to play hide and go seek. We wanted to play hide and go seek as much as we could. And you heard what I said. We wanted to play a game or whatever, or just hang out. And then once, as we got older, we were introduced to certain techniques or certain herbs,
herbs and spices.
Whatever. We were introduced to certain things, and we wanted to experience that together. The link up was just automatic. Now, people only link up with a purpose. We used to link up without purpose, bro. We used to literally, it's Saturday. We're just gonna go outside.
We'll create the purpose when we get there.
I've had so many meetings on that little green tank that nobody can explain, that they only open it. They say it's an electricity box. But whatever that little green tank is, if you're from the hood, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That little green tank, we held church there. We held meetings there. We played games there. We played dice. We learned how to play cards. Don't play Uno with your friends. You'll lose friends. But we literally learned everything right from those little green tanks.
Right.
People don't have those anymore, bro. It's Snapchat.
It
Snapchat
is,
is life for a lot of people, or social media is life for a lot of people. That is people's outside.
Yeah. I mean, people don't really... I don't really see people playing basketball like that. Not younger people.
No.
I see people of our age still balling, but like younger kids, they don't really get too much. But you know something I will say on a positive note? They're more in tune with the technology.
Correct.
See, when we grew up, we were more socially aware of what was going on. And that banded us together. The kids now aren't as banded together, but they're more in tune with technology. So they know how to, like 10, 11 years old, they know how to work Snapchat. I couldn't work Snapchat when I was 10, 11 years old.
What also makes that a great thing is my mom used to be like, don't blood no pedophile. You don't know if somebody you're talking to is. Snapchat the majority, if it ain't your friend, them kids ain't letting them on. So like most people that I know, like I see, because the type of job I work, I see people who give stuff to their kids all the time.
Yeah.
Or social media access to their kids all the time.
Oh, speaking of, real quick, is that the smartest thing to do, to give your kid a phone at a certain age?
Yes.
Really?
I used to think no.
What's the youngest a kid should have a device?
I'm gonna keep it a beam, man. My son had a phone at 6, or a tablet.
What are the benefits of it? Because most people see it as like a bad thing. You have a kid that young having a
learning apps for me. My son learned how to do. We would do so. Some parents really put in pain. We were putting in daily work, teaching my son how to write, how to do numbers, how to do problem solving.
Okay.
My son got an iPad in the hospital one time.
Yeah.
Found an app. We were blown away because it was all problem solving apps. We used to think it was just YouTube. Nah, it was a bunch of problem solving apps, and it worked. It was perfectly fine. So I embraced it. Instead, what was this? An iPad? Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get one. I embrace it. First, I see parents come in today's society. How can I put it? There's probably always been pedophiles. There's probably always been R. Kelly. There's always been pedophiles in the world. I would say today we are more aware of that, and I think pedophiles are more aware that people know that there's more of them.
Yeah.
So to have a phone on your kid is way better than just trusting that my son will be in the house when the street lights come on.
Right.
Because the panic that I have seen on parents' face when a kid is just having a good time and the street lights have come on and their kid is not in the house.
Oh, man.
So that whooping we were talking about was justified because we didn't see the panic.
Yeah.
Now, if your kid has a cell phone, just call them. You can call them. Negro, where you at? Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm headed home. And if you don't get an answer from that phone call, most phones have a way that you can beep. You can track exactly where the kid is. So I think, to be all the way honest, I was against it initially. I thought it was trash. But because this stupid, amazing little thing, it's an iPhone.
iPhones aren't amazing, but whatever.
Awesome. Because of this great piece of technology that any other phone that came out was because of that. Because of that great piece of technology, we live in a world where a parent can be aware of everything their kid does. Everything. Aside, like, I literally know parents who know every text message. Now, it could be a problem. It could be a little bit of too much. But we become aware of everything. I mean, how do you guys feel? Do you feel like... how do you feel about this? Like, talk to us. There's a couple questions we put in this episode. The first question was
about, can a woman raise a child without a man being around successfully? Can she do it successfully? And the fathers, as you mentioned,
big fact,
single fathers.
So we need an answer for that. The second question was,
man, I don't know, man.
Come on, man. The second question, I'm gonna just say the second question is about 18 minutes ago. Just rewind back in the episode. No. Just honestly, can a woman successfully raise a son, vice versa for a father? And
has parenting really took a big of a hit as people say it has for the younger generation?
How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah.
I mean, let me know on my Instagram at Joe Waters MC.
Let us know on the Wave Report 813 Instagram. Let us know on our Wave Report page when we post a video. Let us know in the comments. Subscribe and like to our YouTube channel. We will talk to you back. We're not one of these bougie brands where we just let y'all interact amongst each other, which is good, but we will talk.
Facts. Yeah. So follow me at Joe Waters. Follow him at Tremonte Relford. Follow Jonah at Young One Jonah. Follow us at The Wave Report.
Yes.
This is The Wave Report. We're going to sign off
Holla.
right now.
Peace.
Y'all, much love.